What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to 876 United Fox TV. So, let me start off on a positive note. Firstly, I just want to extend a round of applause to Manchester United. Well done, well done. I must commend Manchester United for everything they have done so far in the transfer market. They have changed the business model of previous years. You know, over the years, we have seen horrendous, poor, you know, business operations, getting fifth, sixth, and even seventh options for the managers. So this year, we have seen a turn for the best. We have seen the completion of the Jadon Sancho deal early in the transfer window. And today, today, today is July 26th, 2021. And we still have over a month left, or just about a month left in the transfer window. And they have completed the signing of one of the best centre backs on our planet in Rafael Varane. Now, you have heard me spoke about it earlier on in the weeks before that, I am not putting all my hopes in deals such as the Sancho deals and the Rafael Varane deal because, I have spoken several times about the business model that we emulate and that it needs to change. I'm not getting carried away. So before I go into detail in the deal today and other stuff, I just want to just express, how I feel about all of this before we divulge in the meat of the matter. So, over the years, since Sir Alex Ferguson left the club has fluctuated in terms of, how we have finished each season. There has been seasons where we're in the top three. Then there have been seasons where we have finished sixth, eighth, for argument's sake, and so on. So Manchester United fans have felt, that there needs to be some level of change, some level of order, some level of fluidity, with how we run the club, with how the club is managed, both on and off the pitch. So over the years, you have heard managers like Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, just to name a few. You hear them complaining that they have specific targets as it relates to players that they want to sign, players that they believe will suit their specific systems. And over the years, they may get third options, fourth option, fifth options, even sixth options as well. So finally, we see some level of, urgency, some level of, change being made at Manchester United. We have been finally appointed a director of football, in Matt Judge, just to name a few. And, it was said after this Super League thing that they will do what is necessary in order for Manchester United to be on the next level. So you guys know the Sancho deal already. It's completed since last week and so on. So I'm not going to really speak about Sancho today. I'm going to speak about the man who we signed in Rafael Varane. So this video is mainly about Mr. Rafael Varane. Now, before I go into Varane, for those who are still up in the air as it regards to what jersey number Sancho will where this season it will be number 25. So don't worry about any number changes for Cavani, Martial, or whatever. Sancho will take the 25. So now, enough of Sancho. Varane. Now, as it stands, Varane is a Manchester United player. Now, you haven't seen the club or the player or um, any other outlet regarding Manchester United explicitly state that the deal is complete, but in fact, the deal is complete. Now, he was sold to Manchester United for approximately 41 million euros. I mean, pounds, which is equivalent to 50 million euros. So it's a bargain, when you are looking at a market where players have been sold for 80 million up, 100 million up, and in this day and age where, Neymar was sold for 200 plus million, players of those stature have been sold for 80 million onwards. So to get arguably one of the top 5 centre backs in the world at the moment for 41 million euros. I'm sorry again, 41 million pounds, which is 50 million euros. That's a bargain. That is a very good investment. A player that is in his prime, a player that still has the ability to achieve greatness, because the new prime is now 30. So Varane at 28 is a good addition to Manchester United. It's a good partner for Harry Maguire. Both are 6 foot plus in height. Both have that ability to play from the back. So they have the ability to make good passes from the back. Both have a physical presence on the field as a result of their height. And he's a very good complement to Maguire because he has a very quick recovery pace. So it's a very, very good deal, and I'm very intrigued to see what will happen with Rafael Varane, what the player will do in the Premier League, because he stated that he aspires to take his talents elsewhere. He has won it all at Real Madrid. He has won Champions Leagues. He has won the Club World Cup several times. He has also won the La Liga title and the Copa del Rey. So he has seen it all, done it all, and he's just 28. So he's at a good age, a player in his prime. So there's nothing to complain about. But now, let me just get back to reality now. I am happy, and you will see my expression based on the little snippet I'll post before this video. And you saw how I felt in the moment of the player being announced by Fabrizio Romano today. And here we go. So you know that it is not a rumor, or it is not a fluke of a deal, or it's just, the news is not fake. Fabrizio said it. From that man gives us the news, it is credible, and it's 100% true. Sky Sports has said it. The Athletic has said it. And a lot of outlets in Spain have also confirmed it. So we can safely say Varane is a Manchester United player. But for those who are still in doubt, and for those who are asking the question, why is it that Manchester United has not yet, revealed to the public that he is a Manchester United player? Is because the player has not yet gotten to England in order to do a medical, for various reasons. In today's day and age, you have the pandemic that is there. So that things like that cannot be materialized. Things like that cannot happen until, players have met certain guidelines, certain restrictions that you know, they have managed to pass. For example, there's still a quarantine period that Varane has to undergo because he's coming from Spain and he's moving to England, so he needs to undergo a quarantine period, then which is approximately 10 days in England. So he needs to undergo quarantine. Thereafter, he will conduct his medical, which leads to his announcement. So why I said earlier that I am happy with how quickly the deal has happened, because he has time to begin training with United. Unlike when Cavani came at the very end of the transfer window last year, he had to undergo quarantine when the season had already begun. Then, he got injured and so on. So, we don't have to wait to see Rafael Varane, just as though we had to wait on Cavani. So that's why I was saying earlier that I am happy with how quick the deal happened, and it also facilitates us to get any other player if needs be. So yes, so Varane is a Manchester United player. You won't see an announcement until the player has gotten to England, has completed a medical, and you know holds up the jersey. So there's a few things left to be done in this Rafael Varane deal, in as it relates to him coming to the club. That's why I haven't seen Manchester themselves have announced that they have signed a player, because there are still some things left for the player's move to be materialized. So the fee, as you have been hearing on Sky Sports, or any negotiations, all of that is done and dusted from a few weeks ago. You know that he wants to spend 5 years at the club, and he has agreed personal terms from the very beginning of 3 weeks ago. So personal terms were never an issue. What has been the issue is the price tag of the player. What will be the agreement for both Manchester United and Real Madrid? So we got the player for 41 million pounds, which is equivalent to 50 million euros. So that's a bargain, as I said, and I am very happy with the deal. And you will see when I post that I was very ecstatic, I was very happy, and I was over the moon of the announcement of this news earlier on today. I just got a chance to react to it and give my opinion on it, so that is why you're seeing the video now. So I just want to divulge into some other stuff. What do I actually think will happen, and with the business that has been completed thus far, what do I envisage, what do I think will happen to Manchester United moving on. So regarding the signing of Sancho and the signing of Varane, that is obviously two players that can instantly allow Manchester United to become title contenders. It all comes down to coaching and preparation for the season, and proper rotation of the squad that will assist us in possibly being title contenders. But for me, I think there's one piece missing from the jigsaw puzzle, and I may be repetitive for saying this now. We still need a central defensive midfielder. I believe that Pogba and Scott McTominay displayed in that Europa League finals that those two players in our middle can cause some level of damage, but we need an out and out central defensive midfielder. We had that in Matic, but he's not what he once was. So we need a young budding tenacious, a player that has guile, a player that can pass the ball. We need that player. There are few options. You have Ruben Neves, you have Kamavinga, who we have been linked with, and we also have that Brighton Hove Albion player. So there are a few options that we can consider, as well as Zakaria from Munchen Gladbach, who can also be an option as well. So I think that moving forward, we look like a stronger team from last season with these signings. But let's not get carried away, people. Because yes, we are hearing this thing that it's a procedure, it's a process for Manchester United to be this great club again. But we need to remember, don't get carried away with Sancho and Varane, people. Don't forget all these years of getting betrayed, getting you know heartbreak, feeling agony, getting disappointments. This is just one season that we're getting what we so desire as the fans. Be happy, enjoy the moment, enjoy these signings, but still have a realistic mindset. Still remember that next season we won't see such ruthlessness from the board to get the targets that Ole desires. Because over the years, we haven't seen that determination, that, you know, hunger from the board to get the players so that we can get results on the pitch. It has always been about dividends, always about money making, always about profits for Manchester United's board. This year, we have seen a force of a change. And when I say a force of a change, meaning that if we weren't in controversy for this Super League, if we weren't in all this turmoil with the rioting and the looting of the stadium grounds, we wouldn't have seen such ruthlessness and such, speedy, you know, handling of business by the board to get Varane, to get Sancho, people. I'm happy, yes, and you will see how I felt. But let us not get the wool pulled over our eyes, as British people would say. I'm happy. We have a rock on paper. We have a rock solid defense on paper. We have arguably one of the most devastating attacking, lineups that we can put on the field in the game at this point in time. Arguably a good enough midfield. In my opinion, it's good enough, but it's not where it needs to be yet. People, be happy, as I said. Sancho, Varane is here. Enjoy the moment. But remember, next season, we may not be getting the players to take us to the next level. Will we get a Declan Rice before the window closes? Will we get a Ruben Neves? Will we get a Zakaria? Kamavinga? I don't know. There's only one way to see what will happen. And it's for United to get that final piece to the puzzle in. Now, there are other stuff that we can also speak about. Yes, we've gotten Varane. Yes, we've gotten Sancho. But there still needs to be some players that we remove from the team. Now, Andreas Pereira. Yes, he has displayed that he can do a job. But in all honesty, people, I don't think he's good enough, to be a Manchester United player or to be a good squad player. He has gotten on, he's went on loan numerous times to try and prove his worth. Last season, he had a bang average season at Lazio. So I don't think it will be wise and a smart thing to keep the player. Let him play in the preseason. Let him try and get his market value up. Sell him. Matic, he is more suited for a slower pace league. He's not up to par with the Premier League anymore. Juan Mata, who has signed a brand new deal, which I don't agree with. Well, a 1 year extension on his deal. He needs to go as well. So there's still a lot of things that we need to get out the window. Not to mention Paul Pogba. He has not yet signed, if he's going to sign a new deal at United. It seems as though that he's interested to go elsewhere, which for me I could understand. But based on what's happening now with the transfer activity for United, I think he should wait and see what happens. Because if there is a player that can complement Pogba in our midfield, I don't think it's wise for Pogba to leave, because clearly we are starting something now at United. But I will address Paul Pogba in a different video. So guys, just be cognizant. Manchester United has gotten Sancho and Varane so far in the window. What do you think will happen next? And let us be smart, and let us be, on our P's and Q's. Let us not get carried away with this, new signings. Because next season, there may be no signings, because possibly our owners may be saying that we have invested how much millions in the transfer window this season. So next year, there may be no business being transpired. So guys, thanks for tuning in. And for those who are not subscribed to the channel, you need to subscribe. Stop clicking on the video and not subscribing. Come on, man. I need to eat a food just like you. Yeah. So, thanks for tuning in again. I love you guys. And stay safe, especially in these unprecedented times. Thank you for watching.